Title: Buy, Borrow, Die, the Billionaire Blueprint for Tax-Free Wealth. Scene 1. Opening. A glimpse into a billionaire's life. Visual: a high-rise Manhattan apartment, luxury cars, and a serene private jet runway. Narrator: calm, inquisitive tone. Imagine you wake up one morning, step into your private elevator, glide down to your penthouse garage and drive your brand new $3 million Bugatti, all without ever paying $1 in income tax. Sounds impossible? It's not. This is the reality for many American billionaires who've mastered a simple but powerful three-step formula: buy, borrow, die. A financial strategy that's completely legal and quietly used to build generational wealth while avoiding the tax burdens that average people face every year. Let's break it down. Scene 2. Meet Jack Delaney, the billionaire investor. Visual: a fictional character, Jack Delaney, a tech billionaire sipping espresso in his smart home, browsing stock portfolios. Narrator: meet Jack Delaney, 47 years old, net worth $6.8 billion. He built a social media empire in his 30s and now spends his days collecting fine art, investing in startups, and managing his wealth. But Jack doesn't live off a salary. In fact, he's never cashed out his billions. Why? Because Jack knows something most people don't. Selling assets triggers taxes. Instead, Jack follows the strategy that financial insiders call buy, borrow, die. Let's start with the first step. Scene 3. Step 1. Buy. Visual: montage of Jack purchasing stocks, startups, real estate, art. Narrator: Jack buys, but not just anything, appreciating assets. That means stocks, real estate, businesses, rare art, even Bitcoin. Let's say Jack buys $10 million worth of Tesla stock. Over the next 5 years, it rises to $50 million. Did Jack make a profit? Yes. But did he pay taxes on that $40 million gain? No. Why? Because he didn't sell. And in the US, unrealized gains aren't taxed. This is called capital appreciation. Your net worth grows. But as long as you don't sell, there's no taxable event. It's like planting a money tree and never picking the fruit. But what if Jack needs cash? Scene 4. Step 2. Borrow. Visual: Jack walks into a sleek private bank, sits down with a wealth advisor. Narrator: now comes the genius part. Jack walks into a private bank and says, "I want a $25 million loan. I'll use my Tesla shares as collateral." The bank checks his portfolio: stable, diversified, appreciating. They say yes. Jack gets the loan. No questions asked. So if his kids sell tomorrow, they pay zero capital gains tax. The entire $90 million in profit, never taxed, ever. Jack lived off loans his whole life, never paid taxes on his wealth, and passed on a tax-free fortune. Scene 6. Compare with the middle class. Visual: split screen. Jack's tax-free life versus a middle-class worker getting a paycheck. Narrator: now let's compare Jack's life to someone like Sarah. Sarah's a teacher making $60,000 a year. She pays federal, state, Social Security, and Medicare taxes. Roughly 25 to 30% of her income is gone before it hits her bank. She saves what she can, maybe buys a home, sells it later with a small gain, and yes, pays taxes on that too. While Jack's wealth compounds exponentially, Sarah's income is taxed every step of the way. This isn't an accident. It's the design of the system. Scene 7. The banks love it too. Visual: Wall Street buildings, private banks promoting asset-backed loans. Narrator: you might ask, why do banks play along? Simple. They win too. By loaning against appreciating assets, banks take minimal risk. If Jack defaults, they seize the collateral. Plus, they earn steady interest on huge loan balances. In fact, there's a name for these kinds of loans: asset-backed lending. The ultra-wealthy use it every day. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg all have used stock-based